David Tian on your right. We got Kiki Cord and a green-red Tron here to close out day number 1 of Indianapolis. See some members in the feature match area there of Team Metagame Gurus, Andrew Jessup and Peter Ingram having good tournaments this weekend.
Max McVitie also in the background there.
Absolutely. And there's this tower and a chromatic sphere for David to start. For Bobby, just a Sacred Foundry.
So, you're an experienced Tron player.
I am.
You typically like these kind of matchups, right?
Since Birthing Pod's gone, yeah.
Right, yeah. Now that's just a normal value deck that happens to have a combo rolled into it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it now. Because you can just kind of overpower them.
Yeah.
It was always a matter of how much did Kiki Cord want to beat you. You know, if they want to load up on Fulminary Mage and Sowing Salts and Crumble Dust and all that stuff, you can't do anything. You know, they're going to draw their cards mulligan appropriately and just beat you. But if they don't have a lot going on and they don't have Birthing Pod in their deck anymore because of the banning, sure, I don't mind the pairing. And David's got a great start. He's got Tron, because we just saw him search up Urza's Mine. We'll see if he's got, you know, the payoff cards for Tron, as there is the third piece. We know he's at least got a Spell Sky. Yeah, he's got Wormcoil Engine. Awesome start.
Sort of a payoff in this matchup. You really want Karn.
Yeah.
And in this spot, he could even Karn and just start plussing.
Well, Firelight Thicket plus Sacred Foundry is a non-bow. That's all Bobby Colegrove can do is pass the turn back. Chromatic Star. Cash it in.
Storm count 1.
Nice.
Green in the pool.
Yep. See what comes next. Sylvan Scrying. Storm count 2. Still some mana in the pool.
I believe 1 colorless floating.
Going to search up a Tower of Power. You know, Eye-Vugan was really important for this deck, but perhaps Eye-Vugan was more of a luxury than anything.
The deck can still clearly function without it. I don't like the deck having to move to a direction that's this threat dense.
Yeah.
So I think you're just better off, you know, with the old Wormcoil plus Karn plus 1 Emrakul kind of setup. But there have been enough good Eldrazi printed that it's not that big of a stretch to add new good threats to the deck.
Wormcoil is going to come across. Tian will go up to 26. Colegrove down to 14. Spellskite is the follow-up. Going to cash in the Sphere. Draw a new card. There's an Ancient Stirrings. Top 5 cards here. Ugin among them. And Karn. This one, yikes.
Colegrove over there looking like someone begging for a Stone Rain.
Well, he will have to reveal the card that he takes, so there is that. There's Karn.
Yep. There we go.
He said he's begging for a Stone Rain.
Ulamog, too. Yeah. A lot of Stone Rains.
And Oblivion Stone, because sure. When Tron's doing his thing, it's basically impossible to beat.
And Colegrove over there had Fulminator Mage in the hand.
Oh, did he?
The whole time.
Jeez.
Just didn't have a third land. Now, probably too little too late.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't think it's impossible. All right. Got to kill one of these lands. Down goes the mine. Time to untap. Draw a card. Let's see how good David is.
Just put it back together. It's easy.
Sylvan Scrying, sort of back together. Doesn't have green mana, so if he ever does draw a green mana source, here comes Wormcoil Engine. Bobby can take this. All right, Bobby's got a real shot here, actually. 7 to 32. Life total doesn't really matter because Colegrove can just, you know, gain inf or deal inf. His deck's got to cooperate with him, though. Eternal Witness in hand. Just going to pass the turn back. Maybe a Court of Calling on the way. This is interesting.
Well, you can fall here to 1. Chord for a mana creature. Maybe start getting a little ball rolling here.
Yeah, falling to 1's tough, though, right? Because you're a deck that has fetch lands?
Yes.
Well, he's going to go down to 1. I think there's a real risk. All right, pass. All right, Court for 1. Like a Bird of Paradise, which is arguably the best card in this deck. When I watch Jeff Hoekman stream, he's always hoping to have a Razor Ridge Thicket plus Bird. So, that's step 1. Colegrove will draw. blank in Windswept Heath. I do think this might be doable, though. This is an interesting game.
As you mentioned before, now at 1, can't do anything with that Windswept Heath.
Yeah.
But I believe he has Restoration Angel in hand.
Yep.
That's a chump block. He's got a Spell Skite that's not really up to anything. That's a chump block.
Well, he's actually just got 2 chump blocks, right? Because he can just go block with Spell Skite, blink it, yeah.
Yeah, Restoration Angel is a free chump block. The Spell Skite itself is another chump block.
Yep.
Handful of spells. There's a route here.
There is a route. I think it's tough. Colegrove had a question for the judge down in the feature match area. Yeah, it's not impossible as he passes the turn back. All right, David will draw. Yeah, that's a big draw. Gets to reassemble now thanks to the Chromatic Star. We know he's got a Sylvan Scrying in hand.
I don't know if he can follow up with a big play this turn.
Here comes Wormcoil Engine.
But is it at least threatening to overpower the next turn?
There's your predictable block with Spellskite. And he'll let Spellskite die. Okay. There is the star. Tower is going to cash the star in, presumably for a green. Expedition map to draw. And now here's Sylvan Scrying. This will allow David to search for the missing Tron piece, which is Nurse's Mine.
Keep in mind, he doesn't have enough mana in play here to leave up the Oblivion Stone.
Yep. Very far away from that. Let's see if I'm curious if he wants to play the Expedition map as well.
I think you want to play Expedition map here because if your Tron gets broken up again, you want to be able to untap, spend 2, reassemble, and go.
Well, there's the map.
And 1 mana on the next turn represents a lot in the event that your Tron gets broken up.
This is Kolagon's command. All right, we'll see where the targets are going to be for this. Obviously, a lot of options here with this powerful card. Looks like a redirect Spellskite. And the plan is to bring back Fulminator Mage. So the plan was to go after Expedition map and then get back Fulminator Mage. So he's trying to check the mana. What did Foothills the draw? Well.
To your point earlier, though, if the plan here with the Spellskite was just to chump once and not do anything with Restoration Angel to reset it, then falling to 1 is a disaster.
Yep.
And Colegrove has been hammered now with back-to-back fetch lands off the top.
There's Fulminator Mage. Pass the turn back. The problem here is like he's kind of incentivized to kill his land right away, but he also wants to chump block, so that means that David's going to gill all of his mana for the turn, and when Tron has 10 mana...
Yeah, I mean, this could just be Ulamog, clear out your blockers.
Yeah, and kill you dead. And by could be, we mean it's going to be. We'll look at both of these. And that is going to do it. David Tian's going to win at game number 1 here over Bobby Colegrove. Green-Red Tron overpowering Kiki Cord in game 1 of our last match today from Indianapolis. To the sideboards is where we are headed, and Bobby Colegrove's got quite a few options here in 3 Stony Silence, 2 Slaughter Games, 2 Lightning Helix, and a bunch of 1-ofs, and Sin Collector, Avalanche Rider, Qasali Pride Mage, Malaria Sylvac Outcast, Eidolon of Rhetoric, Cunning Spark Mage, Scavenging Ooze, and Burton Forge Tender. I already know you want the Avalanche Rider.
3 copies of Stony Silence. Nice for this matchup. I think the Pride Mage is probably above the bar, better than other bullets in the deck.
Yep.
And that 1 Avalanche Rider, I mean, you don't have to try too hard to convince me.
Yeah.
Deck got Restoration Angel Kiki Jiki in it. I mean, that's not even close. Hopefully, that is what the ultimate of Nahiri yields, because then it goes back to your hand.
Yeah, you don't have to pay the echo.
You do it again.
Yeah, that's nice right there.
Do it again.
For David, he's got 4 Nature's Claim. 3 Warping Whale, 3 Thragtusk, 2 Relic Progenitus, 2 Lightning Bolts, and a Spellskite.
Light sideboarding here. I take the relics. Usually these core decks have some graveyard interactions going on, be it the combo, Eternal Witness, whatever. The rest of this, not something I'm looking to play.
Yeah, I don't think he needs much.
Yeah, sideboard light, I think his fundamental game plan is strong here. Like I said, I like the relics because they're basically free. It's another cycling artifact, and Colegrove does some stuff with the graveyard, so there you go.
Well, as these players you shuffle up here for game number 2, Bobby Colegrove will be on the play, as David did win game number 1 with Green Red Tron. We'll give you a quick recap of what happened on Season 1 of the SCG Tour, where 4 players qualified for the Players' Championship. Season 1 of the SCG Tour concluded with the Invitational in Columbus, Ohio, where 4 players punched their ticket to the 2016 Players' Championship. On top of the Invitational champion, 3 Season 1 points leaders locked up their spots in the year-end tournament. Jeff Hoagland started 2016 in 3rd place in the Season 1 points race, but quickly took the lead position after his runner-up finish at the Modern Open in Cincinnati to kick off the year. Hoagland added to his lead with a 2nd straight Modern Open top 8 in Charlotte, and he never looked back. He put together top 16 and top 32 finishes at the Atlanta and Columbus Opens before making top 8 of his regionals and the Louisville Open. Hoagland wrote out a solid end of Season 1 and had his Players' Championship spot virtually locked entering the Columbus Invitational. For Joe Lissette, Andrew Tenjum, and Jerry Thompson, their Invitational performances would decide which 2 would make the Players' Championship. Lissette and Tenjum held the lead going into the event, but with the most successful player in Invitational history lurking, neither player could possibly feel safe. After day 1, Tenjum and Thompson sat at 7-1, while Lissette was losing ground at 5-3. Lissette would fail to win a match on day 2, as Thompson rallied to a top 8 finish and Tenjum made the top 32, leaving the Miracle Man on the outside looking in. Come Sunday, a top 8 field headlined by Thompson in his 7th Sunday appearance was set to decide a champion. Max McVitie started the quarterfinals by using mono-white humans to defeat Jameson Purdue in his blue-red control deck, while Andrew Main piloted green-white tokens past James Wager and Big White in 5 games. On the other side of the bracket, Ryan Fleischer's Bant Company swept Jerry Thompson's white-blue humans, while Craig Krempels upsetted the top-seeded Logan Mize in a Bant Company mirror. McVitie continued to beat down in the semifinals, eliminating Main in 5, setting up a finals matchup against Krempels, who came out on top of a second marathon Bant Company mirror. But in the end, the SCG Live commentator couldn't stop the human onslaught, as Max McVitie swept the finals to win $10,000, an invite to the Players' Championship, and his very own custom clue token. StarCityGames.com congratulates Max McVitie, Jeff Hoagland, Jerry Thompson, and Andrew Tenjum for their impressive play this season. 11 spots remain for the 2016 Players' Championship. Who will claim them? Stay tuned to SCG Live and the SCG Tour to keep up with all the action. Season 1 was great. Season 2 could be just as good. Looking forward to watching all the action kind of unfold throughout Season 2. A bit of a longer season. Makes it all the way through the summer and concludes, of course, in wonderful New Jersey.
It's nice to have the season culminate with the mixture of people paid off for the work they invested over the course of the season, people we expected to qualify for the Players' Championship, and then having a lot of surprises as well.
Yeah. Plus, we could see someone make a name for themselves like Max McVitie did. Because he's going to become a household name now, as Bobby's going to take a mulligan pretty quickly.
And like Craig Krempels almost did.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
On the precipice of being someone.
Just, that knife cuts deep, man.
Yeah, we got to, I mean, obviously there's coverage camaraderie.
There is.
But there's also an understanding of the power of the microphone. And that when we're in the booth, you know.
We.
You and I.
I see. I'm being lumped into this now.
I'm sure they take my shots at me.
The verbal beatdown that you're giving Craig, I'm being lumped in.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
Yeah. I see what's going on here.
But
hey, we're waiting for you to play an event on the SCG Tour so we can keep your name up on the old scoreboard.
Pretty sure I'm the most accomplished SCG Tour player of any of the commentators.
Here it is. Here it is.
No, I guess Krempels. Krempels has a win.
And invitational runner-up.
Yeah, that's probably better than my.
I think it's probably old Krager's. Bobby going to take a mulligan at 5.
Yeah.
What's the resume for you? Invitational top 8?
3 open top 8s, 1 win, and behind Shaheen Sarani, close second for most celebrated draft open challenge player of all time.
Do you have multiple draft open challenge wins?
I played in 3 and won 2.
That's actually pretty good. All right. Shaheen's played in like 6 and won
7.
He
won like all.
Yeah. Shaheen's like, I've played in 4, won 8. Like, I don't even know how it's possible. He won them all always.
Colegrove on 4 cards.
Mulligan strategy. That's a tough way to close out day 1.
It's got to be someone's got to lose.
Yeah.
I'm not too hung up on the process, really.
All right, Bobby, it's time for the perfect 4. 1, 2, 3. Hiya. Yeah, that's a keeper. Don't forget to scry. Yes. Look, I've won on mulligans before.
Bird into Fulminator Mage into Avalanche Rider.
Game.
Upkeep, Stack Echo, Restoration Angel.
Game.
He can win on 4 cards. There's enough Stone Rains.
Wooded Foothills here from Bobby. He'll sacrifice that. Gonna search up a land. Expedition map is where David started. Look, it's possible. It's improbable, but it is possible.
I mean, there are a pretty high percentage of Tron hands that can dead end if one of your lands gets blown up.
Oh, for sure.
So we joke, but a good 4-card hand, if it involves enough of the Fulminator Mage, Avalanche Rider type of stuff, can compete.
Court of Calling the draw. Bobby's going to play a Kasali Pride Mage. See what land he wants to search up. I'm thinking Temple Garden, but it could be Stomping Ground. Overgrown Tomb. I was close-ish. David will draw. I don't think he has Tron piece number 2. You see the Sanctum of Ugin in hand.
I believe Pyroclasm as well. Is that through at the?
I think so.
We've seen a lot of Fire Spouts, and some Kozilek's return.
He's got 1 Pyroclasm.
Nice.
Yep.
That is going to come up this game.
2 Fire Spouts, 1 Pyroclasm. And that is, oh, okay. He's going to sack that in response, obviously.
Yep.
But Stony Silence, he saw it. Stony Silence.
What were the odds?
Yeah. Stony Silence is actually awesome against Tron.
Yep.
It's really good. All right. There's his power plant to go along with the tower. Just missing the mine now is David. Can Bobby do it on a mulligan to 4 to close out his day? And get him into game number 3.
Going to be really tough missing land drops. And if he's tight on mana, that means that the sweepers that David has, they're going to be excellent.
And he just picked up a Fire Spout, too. There's Power Plant. Is it Pyroclasm? Yep. Let's trade 1 for 1 there. Follow-up. Chromatic Sphere. Stomping Ground the draw. Eternal Witness. Oh, yeah, get it back. Pride Mage isn't dead for long.
I think the last card in hand is Court of Calling.
It is.
Which gives Colegrove a route to a land destruction spell.
Expedition map the draw. That's no good. There's Sanctum of Ugin. Let's see what this is. Yep, there's a map. Pass the turn back. Colegrove will draw. Verdant Catacombs. There's Pride Mage in for 3. And David falls down to 14. The draw. Good slow roll here.
Yep.
Good slow roll of your draw.
Fire Spout against the guy with 1 card in hand.
Sylvan Scrying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Best possible draw.
Yeah. Just healthy slow roll of the draw step.
But he can't quite do everything this turn because he probably wants to Fire Spout, and then he can't Sylvan Scrying in the same turn.
Yeah.
So he's off a turn, but in the scheme of things, not a big deal.
No, I don't think so. Here is Fire Spout. Pride Mage will be sacrificed. It's going to kill something. You're going to take care of Expedition map. Stony Silence is all that's left over. All right, let's...
Avalanche Rider.
I know what you want. I do like the Black Splash in this deck, though. You get Sin Collector.
Mm-hmm.
You get Orzhov Pontiff if you want it, assuming all the mana works. It's painful mana base, though.
Yep. Not free to put it all together.
Ah, that's a red card.
Almost.
Yeah.
I got excited there for a second.
P and Kieran.
This one's a little on the slow side.
Yeah. David will draw. Got another fire spot in hand. Jeez. Oblivion Stone. Not so much. And that's a Sylvan Scrying. That'll let him find the last Tron piece.
But Colegrove is still drawing live to a land destruction
Oh,
spell.
no, there's a game to be played
yeah,
here.
this is still going on.
Because he has Cord in his hand, and I do not believe David can actually kill Pia and the tokens. So we still have a game here. His hand isn't even very good.
I mean, if he gets the Ulamog, that's probably enough.
Well, that's a likely game, but that's Ulamog.
Hawk is slow, but his hand does not look like he can really survive a land destruction spell at this point.
Do this on a mulligan to 4? All I can do is pass the turn back. Bobby will draw. Get a great look at the draw step. He does have triple green. Temple Guard's going to enter the battlefield untapped. This will allow him to cord for 3.
You can get Fulminator Mage off the cord for 3.
Just on upkeep, maybe? Oh, I do not like waiting.
Well, he must have a fairly big plan here if he's waiting. If he lets David go into the main phase with all this mana.
Karn the draw. I mean, this is really risky. Here's Karn. That can take care of Stony Silence?
Yeah, if David can get the Stony Silence off the table, all hell breaks loose because his hand's a bunch of cycling artifacts. He has an Oblivion Stone.
Yeah.
He's got a lot to do.
So you thinking maybe plus?
I'm not a huge fan of the plus here because Colegrove left a Thopter back on defense. There's almost no card it could be besides Court of Calling.
Colegrove's going to cord for 3 here. See if it's Fulminator Mage or not. It is. Yeah, no, the lines play just don't add up. That turn could have been so bad for Bobby. And if this is a 3 that he was going to search out, you would think he would just do this on his own turn or in the upkeep or something to kill one of the lands. That's a sphere. Excuse me, a sphere, excuse me. Pass the turn back. There's a land. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't deal him enough.
Yeah, it's a point short.
Yeah, he can kill Karn this turn if he really wants to, but he's a point short of actually dealing lethal. So we'll see where the attackers are going to go. Because you said if the turn here for David is, minus kill Stony Silence, you better watch out because this turn's going to be absurd. Yep, that's where he starts. I'm going to start by sacrificing Chromatic Sphere for a mana. Looks like red mana. Ugin.
Ugin's not quite a solution because he has to answer the Thopters as well.
It's good, but not game over. Sacrifice that one. The green mana.
I'm also a little surprised. If Colegrove's plan here was to get the Karn off the table, I think that's fine. But why not break up Tron on Tian's upkeep? You still have lethal next turn.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You still got plenty to work with.
It's weird to say, but I actually think he had the tools to win this game on a mulligan of 4.
Yeah. And the door's not completely shut yet. I mean, Tian's going to go down to 1 here, and there are random, there's an Avalanche Rider still in the deck. There might be some other forms of damage.
Kiki Jiki with haste. It has haste.
Colegon's Command.
Yep.
And, there's still outs here. But I think Colegrove got a little sloppy letting David just have all this mana over multiple turns. I think there is a way to have approximately the same clock and cut off David's mana at the same time.
So Firespout kills everything. But Fulminator Mage killed the tower. And now here's an Ancient Stirrings. And being Kieran threw some Thopters. Top five cards here for David. He needs another tower to be rebuilt. Looks like he's found a couple copies of Versus Mine. 3 colorless mana floating. And there's a Sphere. We'll play the Sphere. Draw a card. Lightning Bolt. Another Stirrings. That's what Tron loves to do. It can go through his deck pretty fast. Ulamog in there. Sanctum of Ugin as well. He's going to take Sanctum of Ugin. That's a land for the turn. He hasn't played one of those yet. And no stone. That's it for the turn. Now, Bobby Colegrove does have ways to win the game right now. Kitchen Finks is not one of them. That'll come down. You'll get a trigger. Colegrove's going to go up to 16, but that's an easy threat for Karn to take care of.
And now with Oblivion Stone plus mana available, if Tian wants to, he can cover himself against a haste creature for the rest of the game.
Yeah. The one thing he really can't cover himself from is Colgan's Command.
Yep.
That's the big one. Karn takes care of Kitchen Finks. There's a power plant. No Tron online right now, though. Pass the turn back. Take a draw. Just a fetch land. Pass it back. Might as well just play it.
It's very likely that David is going to plus the Karn anyway, so you might as well get it out there.
A Fate counter. And now draw. Another Karn. Tron loves to do this sometimes. Got a plus.
He can't even cast the other one. So
yeah.
I imagine we're just setting up to reset the game here.
Maybe. I mean, he can give himself. He can put a lot of defense in place because of Oblivion Stone. He has fate counters on things, all that good stuff. And then if he ever draws a way to put Tron back together, then Ugin comes down, or Ulamog comes down and closes the game out basically immediately.
The concern that I have about not resetting the game here is that even with all of this, I suppose he can still answer Restoration Angel with the Oblivion Stone that's in play. But something like back-to-back Restoration Angels could mess him up here.
Oh, there's a way to lose.
So,
back-to-back Quarter Callings.
Yeah.
Like, there are ways for Bobby to win this game. Some of them involve creatures and Quarter Calling. Some of them just involve Colgan's Command. Assuming Colgan's Command is still in the deck. Draw a card. Wall of Roots. Nah.
Like the nod of the head.
Good nod. Good nod.
Yep, that's a card.
Yep. He's trying. Another card. We're going to be here a while. Cards going up. Let's go Bobby's way. Hi-ya! Bird of Paradise.
A little nod, another nod. Give me another nod.
Yep. Bang.
Love it.
Over to David. Sylvan Scrying. AKA Demonic Tutor. Bobby will get to gain a life. 2 mana, search for an Urza's Tower. With enough mana to cast an Ulamog. Add to crack some Sanctum of Ugins. So now things get a little more difficult. There's your 10. There's your Ulamog. Now, if I'm David, I want to chop down the black sources of mana. So he can take out Temple Garden, or excuse me, he can take out Godless Shrine and Overgrown Tomb if he'd like to. He's going to take out different lands here. And he'll resolve a Sanctum of Ugin, so he gets to search. And he's going to chain Ulamogs together. All right, Bobby, not a lot of time left.
But still drawing live.
Karn's going to take care of that red source of mana. So he's cutting the reds. All right. Wisdom Teeth pass. That might be another source of red mana. David will draw Ancient Stirrings. I'm going to give Bobby a life. This is a lightning bolt on the birds. Karn is going to go down. Now, yeah, Bobby's just being picked apart now. Here comes Ulamog.
So many Stone Rains.
Yeah. I think there's going to be 2 more Stone Rains in a minute, by the way. 20 cards are going to be exiled by Ulamog.
And there's the Avalanche Rider.
I'm looking for Kolaghan's command. There's 1.
Yep.
That means there might be 1 left in the deck. And Ulamog. Get those out of there. No more, as David Tian is going to win this match here over Bobby Colegrove. 2-0. Green-Red Tron going to take care of Kiki Cord. And if you're looking for your 9-0 and what's on top of the standings here in Indy, you just found it. It's Green-Red Tron.
I think that's a solid matchup there, and definitely helped out by a mulligan to 4 there in game 2 by Colegrove. But I think the tools were there to move that to a 3rd game. And it just goes to show you, if you're able to reliably attack Tron's mana and